Ford going to Miami. Miami sending in a couple of fillers, Tyler Johnson and Dion Waiters to make the salaries work, and a first round pick themselves. And then Washington receiving 3 first round picks, Terry Rozier, Gershon Yabusele, and then those 2 players from Miami, Tyler Johnson and Dion Waiters, as salary fillers. Do you do it, A, if you're Washington?
If I'm Washington, I say you can keep your Terry Rozier and give me Jaylen Brown. Then I do the trade.
You're getting 3 first round picks. Miami's first round pick might be high, and Sacramento's first round pick might be high. At least lottery picks.
You are. I mean, and if you, I mean, you're right that there's been like, at the. I'll just put this out there that at the start of the summer, I didn't want the Spurs to trade Kawhi Leonard for a bunch of picks. But now, if I was to answer that question, I would actually want those picks now, even though those picks don't look that high if we're talking Boston's way. But you're right. I mean, you are getting a lot of picks, which is good. I mean, I would like the
and Terry Rozier.
Yeah, Terry Rozier. He's a good player, and it might turn out that actually he's going to become a better player than Jaylen Brown. But I think, maybe, yeah, you know what, if that's the deal, I think at the end, ultimately, I still try to get a Jaylen Brown out of it. But if not, I would probably agree to it.
Yeah, I think Boston balks on giving up Jaylen Brown in an offer like that. But I think, yeah, and I think this deal works out in a lot of ways for Boston because, well, I mean, again, you're in, like you said, Wizards are giving up Sirtansky and Markieff Morris as well. And here's why I like this deal for Boston's side. You get Beal, who's on a longer contract and is not a max contract, about $23 million. Now, you're replacing Terry Rozier as the backup point guard with Sirtansky. Both of them are restricted free agents coming up. Good thing for Boston, Sirtansky will be worth probably a decent amount less than Terry Rozier. That's why Boston does that. Plus, you pair up the brothers, Markieff. Both of them are unrestricted free agents coming up. Now you have a chance of re-signing both of them. Marcus has been playing a lot better than Markieff. He'll probably get paid a little more, but I don't think both of them are worth more than about Markieff maybe $6 million for about 3 years. Marcus about $9 million for about 3 years. That's pretty reasonable for Boston to do. Now Boston puts themselves in a position to re-sign Kyrie for the max, re-sign all their other free agents in terms of Sirtansky and the Morris twins, and pretty much leave themselves right around the luxury tax, maybe just a little bit below, maybe just a little bit over, but that's the price you pay for being a playoff team these days.
Yeah, so. I mean, the other question here that comes up is, does Miami want to take on Gordon Hayward's
They want a superstar.
But is he a superstar? There's nothing that has shown me right now that he's a super. I know they wanted him when they were in the free agent signing, but that was a different Gordon Hayward. This is a different Gordon Hayward now. I don't know if I trust it.
I think they do. I think Miami would, especially for the fact that you give up 2 pretty bad contracts and you only have to give up a first-round pick here. Now, again, I mean, I thought about that too. I did, but I think Miami... I mean, if Miami is one of the rumored teams to be willing to trade for John Wall, and they were pretty desperate to get Jimmy Butler, I think they would trade for Gordon Hayward. Specifically because I do think Gordon Hayward is not going to struggle like this throughout the rest of the season. And I think it'd be a type of situation where you pretty much buy high or buy low, and you buy him pretty low and then you hope he comes back to what he was. And I think it's a pretty buy low situation for Miami. I think it's a risk they should be willing to take.
All right. Is there another team you wanted to discuss? Maybe we could just discuss another Eastern Conference team and then.
Let's talk about Utah and another Eastern Conference team. Maybe
Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
All right, so the one Indiana deal that I thought would really help improve them is by adding Aaron Gordon from the Magic. Now, I know the Magic have signed Aaron Gordon to that extension. My logic behind it was you're going to get him so you can get some few trade pieces here. And I think Indiana might be able to offer a trade piece. I was thinking maybe a package centered around either Bogdanovich or Domantas Sabonis and trade that to the Magic. What are your thoughts?
No, I don't think I'd trade Domantas Sabonis the way he's been playing for Aaron Gordon. And I mean, again, there have to be salary fillers involved.
Of course.
But a similar situation to a few teams, actually, that I brought up. I think Domantas Sabonis has been playing awesome off the bench. I mean, the guy could shoot. He shoots at a very high percentage. He rebounds well. He passes the ball pretty good for a big man. And he plays decent defense. And he's about the same age. I think he's a little younger, actually, than Aaron Gordon. But similarly to what I had brought up, I forgot with who, but Indiana has a lot of money this upcoming offseason. Sorry, the similar situation that I brought up with the Lakers. Indiana has a lot of money coming up this offseason. Now, if I could get Aaron Gordon for a couple of expiring contracts such as Tyreke Evans and Corey Joseph, yes, I'd take on that money. But I'm not going to take on Aaron Gordon's contract for Domantas Sabonis' contract, which is much less, when I feel Sabonis has the potential to be a better player than Aaron Gordon. I am not going to take on 15 million in addition and add that to my salary cap this offseason when I don't have to, when I feel that I'm trading a player who could be just as good as Aaron Gordon. That's why I don't do that trade. Now, if you tell me I could trade Aaron Gordon for Tyreke Evans, Corey Joseph, both expiring contracts, both probably not with the team after this season, and throw in a first-round pick for Aaron Gordon, yes, I do that. And maybe I could even throw in a TJ Leaf.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the original trade I did came up with Bogdanovich was included, and I think if the best player, if you're Indiana, that you're giving up is Bogdanovich, I think you go ahead and make the deal.
I don't. Not Bogdanovich. I like him too much.
I like him too.
I
like him too. I just think that there is that Aaron Gordon ultimately is the better player.
I think he's the better talent. I think he's more talented than Bogdanovich. I don't think he would fit that team as well as Bogdanovich does. I mean, no doubt he's the better talent. I'm definitely not going to argue with you about that.
I know that Indiana Pacers have a lot of cap space. I just don't know who that player is that they're going to get. And I think if you can get an Aaron Gordon, I think you should be okay with that.
I think the one player that Indiana and Utah are going to be all in for is Kemba Walker. And I think Kemba Walker, if he is to leave Charlotte, I think Indiana is the first team by far he should consider. And by far. I mean, sure, the Lakers, the Clippers, but both New York teams, I'm not high on any free agents going there. I think the Knicks ultimately will end up with some better free agents than Brooklyn, but I think they'll be second-tier free agents like Bledsoe or DeAndre Jordan, players like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Kemba Walker. Yeah.
I mean, yes, I would like the Kemba Walker fit. I just don't. I personally don't see it happening. I don't see Kemba saying, "Oh, I'm going to leave this Charlotte situation so I can go play with Utah."
But what does he have in that Charlotte situation?
I mean, he honestly. I mean, I don't know what he has. I mean, they'd be obviously be able to offer him the most money. He had his own team that he might be comfortable there. I don't know what it is. I do think that if he was to leave, I think he would go to leave to team up with somebody else in one of the New York teams or LA. Now, again, the fit in Indiana would be great, and Kemba has really shown that he really is a real damn good player. I just don't see it happening, and again, it's one of those things that if you are able to trade for a pretty damn good player now, I think it's better than not doing it and holding out for someone in the future.
Yeah,